Welcome one and all to the Russian Grand Prix. We're just a stone's throw from the Georgian border here at Sochi as we get ready to begin the race that served up an absolute cracker back in 2015. A last lap collision between Kimi Räikkönen and Valtteri Bottas sparked controversy in that race, so let's hope the racing is just as tight today. It's time to go racing then in the Sochi Autodrom, where the long run down to the heavy braking zone at turn 2 is one of 2 DRS zones around this 3.6-mile circuit. The other, of course, down into turn 13. 18 corners make up a lap here today, with an average speed somewhere in the region of 130 miles an hour. Joining me for today's race once again is Anthony Davidson. Let's talk briefly about Sebastian Vettel. Looks like they've got a tough race in store today as grid penalties from changing power unit components has forced them further down the field.
Everyone has to deal with penalties or reliability issues from time to time throughout their career. You just have to suck up the pain and get on with the job at hand. Today isn't about performing a miracle to put the car back where it should be. It's about effective damage limitation.
With that then, let's run through the grid order. It's Force India in pole position then, and Valtteri Bottas will line up alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Räikkönen, Max Verstappen and Ricciardo, Leclerc, Alonso, Vettel, they've taken a grid penalty, and Carlos Sainz, Ericsson, Hartley, Lance Stroll and Perez, Hülkenberg, Van Dorn, Kevin Magnussen and Sergei Sirotkin. Gasly and Roman Grosjean starts from the back of the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
Okay, that's a good start. Keep it up. Great work. That's a new fastest lap for the race. You're leading the pack, P1. Hamilton is behind you. The gap to the car behind is 1.0 seconds. They're on fresh hypersofts. Your pit window will open in 7 laps time. You have 25 laps to go. We're leading our teammate by 8.9 seconds. They're on fresh hypersofts. The time last lap was a 1:41.4. Battery charge is low. If we turn down the ERS deployment, we can harvest more energy. we've reached a worrying level of wear on the internal combustion engine. Let's try and keep the revs down. Early upshifts, later downshifts. Gap to teammate behind is 10.2 seconds. Okay, we're not seeing any issues with tyre wear right now. You should have good grip for a while yet. The battery is low on energy. Reduce ERS deployment. Be careful with the front wing. You've taken some minor damage. Okay, take it easy on the car. We can't sustain this level of damage. The energy store is getting worn, reducing our overall capacity. The more charge you hold, the faster that capacity will drop. We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the ultra softs. Alright, we're seeing a loss of power from the turbocharger now. Loss of power on the turbo. Sergio's in P10 at the moment. We're leading our teammate by 9.6 seconds. They're on old hypersofts. The time last lap was a 1 minute 41.4. Sergio's in P10 at the moment. Gap to teammate behind is 9.5 seconds. They're on old hypersofts. The time last lap was a 1:41.4. Box, box. We're coming in this lap. Okay, we have an issue with the control electronics box. That's going to do additional damage to all other power unit components. Pit in this lap, and remember the speed limit. We'll be penalised if we exceed it. Keep that in mind as you approach. We're leading our teammate by 8.0 seconds. Understood, stopping this lap. Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross over into the track. Our gap behind is 2.4 seconds. Great maneuver. You made it look easy. Okay, the gap behind is 1.6 seconds. Ricardo ahead. Our gap to the car in front is 6.0 seconds. They're on fresh ultra softs. The time last lap was a 1 minute 38.8. P7 now, P7. Ricardo is ahead of you. Okay, gap ahead is 6.4 seconds. They're on fresh ultra softs. The gap behind us is 1.0 seconds. They're on fresh ultra softs. Our gap to first place is 18.9 seconds. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Good job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far. Ricardo ahead, gap to car in front is 3.9 seconds. They're on fresh Ultra Softs. Their tyres are 6 laps old. The time last lap was a 1:39.5, 4.1 seconds. Okay, you're catching the car ahead, but remember, we need to get to the end of the race on these tyres. P6, we have P6. Ricardo is ahead of you. Okay, gap ahead is 3.9 seconds. They're on old Ultra Softs. The gap to the car behind is 6.4 seconds. They're on old Ultra Softs. The gap to the leader is 15.9 seconds. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. 8 laps to go. Our gap to the car in front is 4.1 seconds. We're happy with the current tyre condition. They should last a while yet, so don't worry about them. There's less tyre deg than we feared. They should last a while. This pace is strong, but be aware your tyres need to go the distance. Gap to teammate behind is 5.7 seconds. This is your final lap of the race. Less than a lap of fuel now, the tank is empty. Nice work, you did well today. I think the boss will be happy with that one.
That's it for another Grand Prix and a fantastic win for Mercedes. And I have to wonder, Anthony Davidson, just what set them apart from the competition here.
Well, time management probably played quite a large role in the outcome of this one. As ever, it's not just about speed, it's all about maintaining that speed consistently over a stint, over a race distance. So being able to keep up the lap times while still being smooth on the controls and gentle on the tyres, that's really where the race was won today.
So as I say that, we can see the drivers coming out now to collect their trophies. It's yet more silverware to take back to their base in Brackley after another excellent Grand Prix. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. Our current points leader extends their lead at the top of the championship after a very good result here today. Moving on to the driver of the day then. Anthony Davidson, who would you go for?
Difficult call, Crofty, but I'd like to say Sergio Perez. He's just so gifted at getting the most out of his tyres, and he showed that here today.
On to the constructors then. We saw a dip in form from the championship leaders today. Their lead has taken a significant blow. There was also a strong showing from the Mercedes team today as they make their way up the standings. After all that excitement, it's time for a lie down, I think. Thanks for joining us, and goodbye until the next race.